Hi guys, LNDR Tom here from LFGC, and today I've got another achievement guide for you for the full 100% completion of Signalis. This guide is very easy. You use a debug menu. It involves a bit of typing, so if you've got the PC then great. I don't know if you can do it on Xbox, but you can do it through the Game Pass on PC, so let's get started. I would say this guide would take about 30 to 45 minutes to complete, maybe at tops an hour, depending on how quickly you can get through it. Now, the first thing you need to do is change combat accessibility to survival. This is for an achievement. Everything else can stay on these menus, but you do need to change that to survival. Apply this and keep the settings, and then just click on done at the bottom. Now this will reboot and we can start the game. Once the game goes onto this screen, you just need to click begin in the bottom left corner and the game will launch. Now I am using a keyboard on my PC and a controller at the same time. I would advise you do the same. I don't know if you can just control it through keyboard. I would imagine you can, but I don't know what the buttons would be on that. So you can skip through cutscenes by holding B. You'll get a little skip scene in the bottom corner. So what we want to do is once the game loads, we want to just head straight up towards the top of the screen and go through the first door. Once in this room, head up the ladder. And then from here we want to go down screen. So once in this room, we're going to head into the left-hand door, but before we do that, we just need to sort out the debug menu to make sure that it's working. So now you need to push F7 on your keyboard and type in the following: AUSRUINEN, and hit enter. Once that goes through, you'll see that your character now takes some damage. At this point, we know the debug menu is now working, so we can continue. Right, once you press F7 now, you'll see in the bottom corner there is like a little arrow that points out at the bottom left corner. This is the debug menu, so what you need to do is push F7 to get that up and we can start typing things in. Now the first thing we're going to type in is give airlock key. As you're typing, you see that it does actually show up. You can't just hit enter, you do have to tab across, but I didn't realise that until later on in the game. But you have to type in give airlock key, just like in the bottom left hand corner, and then when you type that, hit enter, and that will give us the airlock key. Right, now that we've got the key, we can head to the left. So you want to head into this room and go over to this terminal in the corner, and then we're going to put in the key that we just unlocked. Now obviously this is the fast way of completing this game. If you want to complete it legitimately, then please do not follow this guide. But this is how you can get the full 1,000 points really simply. So we're inserting the key. Once the key is inserted, the door on the right will open, and then we can start skipping some scenes. Once on this screen, you need to keep spamming the A button on your controller to move forwards. You're heading towards this archway in the distance. Once you get to the archway, you'll go into the main part of the story. Right, once you get control of your player again, you need to head over to this hole in the middle and push A. You can then crawl into the hole, which you need to say yes to, and then once you're in the hole, keep spamming A just like before to move forwards. When we get to the end of the hole, you'll see that we'll go into a room. Once we're in that room, there is a book on the desk. We need to interact with that book and pick up that book. Once we're in this room, you can bring up the debug menu and we can type in bag 300. Now type it in exactly how I am in the bottom left hand side of the screen. That will then unlock a bag that allows us to carry all the items that we need. Now you want to bring up the debug menu again, and this time type in give all, exactly how I've written it there, and hit enter. That will then give us all the inventory that we need. Right, now we can bring up the debug menu again, and we need to put in go to whole classroom, exactly how I've written again in the bottom left hand corner of the screen. And once we're there, we can move on to the next bit. From here, you want to drop down into the hole, so activate that, say yes and drop into the hole. We can skip some cutscenes here unless you want to watch them. Just hold B to skip through this. And then when we are here, we need to bring up the debug menu again, and we need to go to elevator lobby. Once in this room, we need to head to the elevator on the left and just activate the button. And then once the elevator comes, go inside. Once inside, we need to go over to the left hand side and interact with this. We need to insert our key. So if you put the identification card in there, select floor 3 and then close the doors, and the lift will start moving. Now you just have to sit through this bit, little cutscene, and then we can move on. From here, we need to go back into the debug menu and put in go to back office, and that will put us here. We then need to go up to the computer at the top of the screen and interact with that. From here, we need to create a key to get to the first boss battle. Now, in order to do this, we need to insert a blank card into here. So interact with the right hand side of the machine and insert the blank key. Once we've inserted the blank key, you'll see that you can then do this puzzle. Now we need to do define pattern at the bottom, and once you've selected define pattern, you need to start at the top left of the screen, and you need to do the following. You need to go right, down, right, up, down, down, right, up, and then hit print. You'll see the pattern that I am doing now is the pattern that you want to follow. Once you have done that pattern, you can then go across to print pattern and the card will come out. This is the only card that we don't have in our inventory that we need, and you can only get it from creating it through this machine. So once you've done that, you can come out of this menu. From here, bring up the menu and we need to type in go to waiting room. I actually put in the waiting room, that was incorrect. I need to put in go to waiting room. So I'll do that for you now, and we will head to the next location. Once we've got into the waiting room, you'll see there's a door at the top of the screen. We need to interact with this door. Now we have all the keys that are needed, so you just need to hover over the slots and add all the keys that we've now got in our inventory. Once we go into here, this is the first boss room. We do need to do something with a computer before we can do the boss, and this is related to 2 achievements. So make sure you do follow this part of the video exactly how I've done it. So you want to go into this room, and at the top you'll see there is a little red glow. This is a computer that we need to save the game at. So you go into this and just select one of the save slots. So you save the data there, say save, and then you can come out. Now, as you can see, there is an opening below us. You need to go in here and you just need to let the boss kill you. Once the boss kills you, you should get 1 achievement for dying once, and then you need to rinse and repeat this by getting killed by him 16 times. That's 16 times to get the next achievement. Now, this is a little bit of a grind. It does take a little bit of time, so I'm not going to show this part in the video. There's no point of me showing you me dying 16 times. But I will pause the video once we get to the stage that I need to get to in the video to show you what to do next. So once you've died, you go to this screen, hit any button to go into it, and then basically all you need to do is go to continue game on the left hand side, load up the game save, and then do exactly the same thing again 16 times. Once you've done it 16 times, you'll get your achievement pop, and when that achievement pops, then I will meet you back at this video. Now you've got your achievement and you're back, you need to now type in Kami, which is Kami. Type that in and hit enter. That will then make you invincible. Now from here we need to drop back into the hole and kill the boss below us. So go over to the hole, drop down into the hole, but only do this once you have died 16 times. So now we can skip that. When we're on this debug menu, just type in kill and enter. That will kill this boss. Once that scene is over, we can leave this room. So open this door, head towards this red door, turn left at the end of the hallway, and there is a door on the far right, not this door. You keep going round. There's a door on the right hand side coming up. You need to go up towards, and then we'll get a cutscene which you'll be able to skip. From here, bring up the debug menu, and we need to go to mine shaft access. So type in mine shaft access, or if it comes up like this, you can tab across, hit enter. That will bring us here. We then need to go to the top of the screen and interact with this. Use the key, go inside, and then go into this elevator, and we'll go into the mine shaft. Once in the mine shaft, we need to bring up the debug menu and go to the hole. Type that in and we will be here. Go down to the bottom of the screen and we need to jump into the hole. Once we get to this section, you'll see a timer comes up. At this point, leave your controller on the side, do not touch it, and just sit in this cave until the timer comes back up. Once the next timer comes back up, then we can skip that and move on to the next section. Now that that's over with and we're in a new area, we need to go to Hull. Now type in go to Hull, hit enter, and then you'll see there's a new area in front of us. We need to interact with that and jump into the Hull. There is another boss down here that we need to deal with. Once you can control your character, you need to do the debug menu and type in kill. That will kill the character in front of you, but the character on the left hand side will also go down. This is supposed to happen, so don't worry. You have got a cutscene here that we cannot skip, so allow this to play through and then we will move on. So from here we need to interact with this character, go over to the character and give a small bottle. This will allow the character to sit up, and then we can bring up the debug menu and we can remove some items. Now this is for some more achievements, so we need to type in remove revolver. I do spell it incorrectly the first time, but we just need to put in that, hit enter, and that will remove your revolver from your inventory. Once we've removed the revolver, bring up the debug menu and type in remove rifle. This is the next gun that we need to remove. So remove rifle and then hit enter. Right, once you've done all that, we need to go into the inventory. I believe this is X on the controller. I did film this the other day, but I believe it is X. You go across in your inventory until you find the hunter's key. Now we need to combine that with the weapons case to create a revolver. That will pop up another achievement. So once you've found this key, this is what it looks like in your inventory. It is a little bit to the right hand side. You need to select it, hit combine, and then we'll find the weapons case. So go down to combine, scroll across until we find the weapons case, which is quite easy to find. It's a bright yellow item. So just keep scrolling across until we find that. Once you combine it, you'll see that you'll unlock the revolver, and that should then give you an achievement. From here we need to go over to the character and talk to them. That would then give us the option to pick up the rifle. Then you need to go and pick up the rifle, and that will unlock another achievement. So from here, bring up the menu and go to tree. Once we're in this room, you'll see there is a door at the top. We need to activate that. So we need to just put in lots of different items. So just go round and put all the little plates in this door, and then you'll have the option to open the door, and then we need to go through it. All right, once we get into this room, head to the left and you'll see that there is a black staircase that goes up the side, so just interact with that. A few cutscenes that we can skip through, so skip through all of these. Now you'll see that the game puts you back at the start screen. This is fine, this is what's supposed to happen. Press any key to get through here and then go back into the game. So then hit begin, and then when you load in, you'll see that you can move your character again. Once we're in, we need to just do some moving around for a bit, so skip through this. Right, we need to go through the door at the top, like before. Go up the ladder. And then when we are in this room, we need to go down to the door at the bottom. Once in this room, just go down again, and then we'll go into the cockpit. Now when we're in here, we need to interact with the middle screen. So select the middle screen, and then once you've selected it, you'll see some dialogue will come up, and just go through that. Then we can back out and go back out of this room. Once we've backed out, we need to go to the top door, so move to the top. Once we're through here, we need to go to the right hand side, and when we go in here, there's another panel that we need to interact with. Now there's orange screens at the top, move towards those and select this Penrose 512, go through the dialogue, and then you can back out, and then we'll head back out of this room to the left. From this room, head all the way to the left. Once you go through here, go through the door at the top of the screen, and then we just need to interact with this pipe type thing. So go over here, interact with that, then we can head over to the right hand side. Once through here, go through the door at the top, and we'll go into a room that we need to interact with another item. So go to the top left hand side screen, go through the dialogue. Once you've done that, come back out of the room, and once we've done that, we can go through the door on the right, and this should trigger a cutscene. Once you've skipped these cutscenes and you can move your character, we need to head left. So go through this door on the left. Don't worry about interacting with any of the items in this room, you just need to go through the door. Once you're through this door, you'll see the game goes a little bit darker. The game has changed now, so we need to go through the top door, and you'll see there is a character which I believe is yourself on the floor. You've now changed character, and you're like a dark side of the character, I believe. I haven't really followed the story, to be honest. I've just been skipping through. So what you need to do now, once you've got through there, is go down to the bottom door, and then we can jump in this hole. Once past that red screen, we are now in a new area. We need to head towards the red light at the end of this beach. I suppose it's a bit of a beach. So you want to keep heading forwards, spamming A to move forwards until you're at the boat. And then once you're at the boat, it will trigger a cutscene once you've interacted with it. And then you can skip the cutscene. So from this screen, we need to bring up the menu, and we need to do some typing again. So we need to put in go to whole classroom, exactly how I've written in the bottom, and that will bring us back to this section. Now we need to jump down this hole. Don't do what I did and go back to the door. I was supposed to go forwards and jump in. So you need to drop down into this hole, and then you can skip some more cutscenes. Right, once we're in this area, we need to interact with this wall, but before we do so, we need to get our items back. So bring up the menu and put in give all. That will get all our items back, and then we can interact with this wall. Once you're on this wall, you need to interact with it so that you can zoom in a little bit closer to it. So once you've done that, you'll see that you get the names of the areas up. We need to do the first one as fully open, so just select it until you've got a full opening. The next one needs to be 1/3 of the way to the left, like that. The next one after that needs to be 1/3 to the right, so we just need to move that round there. The next one needs to be fully open. For some reason, when I selected it, it asked me to use the dial ring. I just said yes to it. I don't know if it will do the same for you, but you just basically need to spin that round so that's fully blue, so it's full. It's like this one. Then we need to do 1/3 to the left on this one, and then the last one is about 2/3 to the left, and you'll see that hole opens. Now we need to interact with that hole. To get through the hole, as before, spam A and you eventually get through. Now you'll see we're in the room that we had towards the start of the game. Same book is here. Interact with the book and pick this up, and then once you've done that, head to the left. Right, now when we're in this room, this is right towards the end of the game now. What we need to do is head through the door at the top. So if we go over to the door and go through that, and then you just need to keep moving forwards through this corridor that we open up to. It is quite dark in this area, but you just need to keep moving forwards. We have got a few more commands we need to put in. We are heading to the final boss battle, which you'll see in the video is a bit of a nightmare. Not that it's difficult because we're invincible, but I didn't realise how you reloaded on this game until I got to this stage, and I found it really difficult, so I will explain it to you. It's simple once you know how to do it, but I don't understand why it's so difficult to reload like that. So you want to go round this table and open this door, and we'll put in some commands in a moment after we've skipped through these cutscenes. From here, pause the game, bring up your debug menu and type in give all. Once we have typed in that command, we need to bring it back up and type in lawnmower. That will then give us unlimited ammo, which we need for this section. From here you need to go into your menu and you need to select the submachine gun. I found this was probably the best gun for this, and equip the submachine gun. Once you have the submachine gun equipped, we can back out of this menu and we can start taking on the boss. What you need to do is shoot at the boss until the boss goes down. There was a few moments in this that I didn't realise that I didn't have any bullets. I was a bit confused to how to reload. Basically, when the boss goes down like she just did then, you need to go up to the boss and hit A. My gun isn't firing at the moment because I'm out of ammo, and I was very confused at this point. Now what you actually want to do is go back into the menu where you selected the gun and then go down to reload. I will show you that now on here. So once you bring up the gun, you can see it says reload. That was the only way that I found that you could reload the gun. Once you've done that, carry on shooting at the boss until the boss goes down again. You'll see that they are dropping the spears that they are throwing at you. What you do need to do is go and grab one of those spears, and once you've grabbed the spear, that's what you end up stabbing her with when she goes down. So every time your gun needs reloading, reload the gun. When she's down like that, you can go over. You see this time it doesn't give me the option to push A on her. I was a bit confused at this point, but then I realised I needed to grab one of the spears. So you need to run over, grab one of these spears that are on the floor that you can see, and then you need to jab her with that. Every time she goes down, you need to basically go and pick up another spear and carry on firing at her until she drops to the floor, grab another spear and just keep attacking her like that until she's defeated. Now once you're at the final part of this boss, you do need to do one more debug. So I'll let this play through until we actually defeat her, and then at the end I will just show you what you need to type in as soon as you defeat her. So just keep an eye out on this for when we get to that stage. Once at this stage the boss is now defeated, we can bring up the debug menu and just want to type in Kami again, K-A-M-I. That will turn God mode off, which just is a precaution really, because I have read that if you leave it on, some achievements don't pop. So just turn that off and allow this bit to play through. Right, once you have control over your player, we just need to head up screen, head through that door. When we go into this area, we need to head to the left hand side. Then as we walk through here, we can go through the door at the top of the screen. Go through here and head over to the right hand side, and then we want to go to the top of the screen and select this door. It will tell us that we can go home, say yes to that, and that then ends the game. We'll have a cutscene here that we can skip, and then you can skip this screen as well, and then you'll see your results are here. So that should then pop every achievement that you've got on the game. Check your gamer score, you should have 1,000 points. Hopefully this video has been of help to you. If it has, please hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with any other videos that we do. We are live streaming a lot of Call of Duty at the moment, so if you're into that, then join us on live streams. But I will bring you as many easy guides as possible to get your gamer score up. Feel free, like I said, to hit that like button if this has helped, and please, if you can, subscribe to the channel. We are trying to hit our first 200 subscribers. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.